Hey, this is Matt once again. Welcome back to the videos. Another paid request. This time for Joseph. Thank you so much for that. And for those interested in requesting any type of videos, feel free to send it either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box. It could be any review, topic, reaction, whatever. But this is for Sisu, the new film that came out from... I saw the one film the guy directed with Samuel Jackson called Big Game. Wasn't really much a fan of that. And the director also did Rare Exports. This one I didn't mind. This one I liked. I didn't love the film, but I did like it. I had fun with it. It's a fairly short, straightforward movie. Does some nice bloody violence. I thought the lead guy did the retired commando, man of few words. I mean, he only says like a handful of words, and that's at the very end of the film. I thought that the action was definitely brutal. I thought that visually speaking had a nice aesthetic look to it. It's supposed to take place in Finland in 1944. And definitely some pretty cool moments in this movie. In particular, like the stuff with the mine and other stuff. I'm trying to see what I should say without spoilers. The setup of the film, like it says, 1944 in Finland. Our lead is a retired commando. He has a dog, he's got a horse, and he's panning for gold. And he finds the jackpot. So he gets the gold, he's going along his way, he passes by this battalion of Nazis. And they're like, let him go. We got other men down there. He's already dead. I will say the director did some nice wide shots to show the landscape of tyranny that was going on. And whether it be these wide shots of him camping or walking, you see these planes flying overhead that showcase more of this war-torn country. Or he's walking by, there's these telephone poles and people are hung from them, one after the other. There's a point where he goes to a town, the whole town's on fire. I mean, CG usage, but I thought adequately enough. I could deal with it in the way it was done here. I think because I didn't mind the aesthetic of most of the movie. And apparently one of my cats feels the same way as well, so sorry about that background noise if you hear that. Now, it's one of those things where I did like the film. The only thing I really have a trepidation on is the finale. I thought the finale was a bit of a letdown considering how it started off. I think it started stronger than it finished. That's the best way I would put it. And I'll be right back. Yeah, sorry about that edit. I wanted to let the cat out. Let him have fun in the porch for a bit. Enjoy the sun coming up. Because doing this a bit early in the morning. But anyway, what I was saying is that this film, it just, for me personally, it started stronger than it ended. And that's really one of my few issues with the film. Because overall, like I said, I did enjoy the movie. It definitely got some satisfying action junkie notions, because I'm a big action movie fan. And it does explain what Sisu is at the beginning, that it's courage and it's determination against the odds. So I do appreciate that as well. Like, what's Sisu? Now, granted, I mean, you get a little bit of who the character, the lead is, from it's from other people talking about him, that he was pretty much a one-man death squad. The villains, I mean, you don't get to really know much of the villains. They're there, they're adequate enough. Pretty much they find out that this guy has gold, and they know that they're losing the war, so it's like, let's get the gold so we can get the hell out of Dodge and go wherever the hell we want to go. And then becomes a chase with our bad guys chasing this guy, and they chase the wrong guy. And these certain set pieces that happen. So that really is the gist of the plot, and it's a pretty, like I said, lean, straightforward, doesn't overstay its welcome, short movie that, like I said, visually speaking, has some decent, quite decent shots, like I said, to establish its time period. The lead guy definitely has the right look, this rugged. The way they describe him later on, he does fit the profile. He does have a nice presence to him. Definitely actions speaking louder than words. And when the shit hits the fan, you did some pretty satisfying scenes to the end of spoilers. Starting now, spoilers. Some people say it's like John Wick with World War II. I can see what they mean, but it's not clean choreography. It's more basic hand-to-hand, but it's more like brutal stabbing and stuff. But I can see a bit what they mean, but a little bit more propped up for marketing. But like they're the first people you have to kill because they're trying to kill him, and they tried to kill his dog. Was the dog doesn't die. But I mean, he's stabbing people in the head. He's stabbing them fucking multiple times. He gets like a gun and shoots them, and it blows the top of the fucking head off. I go, ooh, shit. I'm like, wow, that's really cool. Then he's trying to get away. He's got to go through a minefield. His fucking horse blows up, and they come after him. And I don't know how this happens. If he threw a mine... But I don't know how that works. If you pick up a mine, doesn't that blow up on its own? Or was it not set? Or did he deactivate it and then he threw it? Because you see a bunch of dust and then a mine in the air and it hits one of the Nazis, they blow up. Which looked pretty cool, but I'm like, again, did he find a deactivated mine? Was he able to deactivate it? Because again, I was assuming as soon as you pick it up, boom, you're dead, so... If anyone knows how that works, I'm sincerely asking, because I didn't understand that. But yeah, I thought that was a pretty cool sequence. There's another bit where he's like using some of the black bullets. I didn't understand what he was using the black bullets. I'm like, what does he have? Captain America's shield? I don't know what he was using. Again, if he's using a mine thing, that would blow him up. I don't know what he was using for that. Because I didn't understand that either. Again, maybe I missed something. But I'm like, he's using something that's big enough that the balls aren't getting him. But I'm like, where was that? Where did that come from? There's another bit where he lights himself on fire after he gets some gasoline on him so that the dogs don't attack him. He goes to the water, they go after him, and then he'll slice people's throats, then get his mouth on their throat to suck the air out. Now granted, I don't know how that works. Well, I guess, there's movies where, how many times have we seen movies where people are underwater, one's mouth on the other? So, I guess that's how. Think of it like Sonic the Hedgehog. Like a very violent version of Sonic, and the bubbles in the water. A much more violent version of Sonic the Hedgehog, I'll put it that way. So, okay, I haven't seen that done before. And it's meant to be over the top. It's not meant to be realistic. It's meant to be fun. I'm like, okay, that's kind of nifty and fun. And yes, I can enjoy over the top stuff, but it's just, well, how do you enjoy that, but not John Wick 4? Because it just kept pushing it more and more for its almost 3 fucking hour running time. It was exhausting, and just there's other attributes in that film I already talked about in my review of that. So if the other attributes were fixed, then I could overlook maybe the over the topness. But it was one other thing that just like, come on. Anyway. But okay, this whole, getting the slicing throats and getting the air from the necks, okay. That was pretty different. So I'm like, oh wow, okay, I'm having a pretty fun time. Like, this is definitely capable of being my favorite film of the year. But then I thought the third act was kind of weak. And sadly, I still like the film. If I'm thinking of my favorites of the year, that's tough because I don't think this has been a good year so far, at least for me. I would probably say, so far, I'll probably go with Creed 3. I'd go with Creed 3 is my favorite, which I can't believe I'm saying that. Creed 3 would be number 1. The Super Mario Bros. Movie would probably be number 2, and then this would be like number 3. Because when you get to the third act, it gets to a point where they get spoilers again. They get his dog. They have dynamite on it. He's able to get it out. It blows him back. They grab him, hang him. I guess he fakes being dead long enough for him to leave. And then, I still don't know how he's not dead, but he's not. And then, he's hanging there while they slowly watch and slowly walk away, and he's still not dead. I'm like, oh, okay. Sure, he's one man. Oh, yeah. Then he hooks on to something so he can breathe a little bit more. When at least Anelli gets down from there, he's going after the bad guys. And there's a bunch of women in the back of the truck. Now there's a convoy of these Nazis. And I see that our good guy has a pickaxe. And literally chapter 6 is called Kill 'Em All. I'm like, oh man, this is going to be like the bees knees. Because I see the first bit, he's like taking a gun and then blew the top of the guy's head off. He's throwing mines and people blow up. He really doesn't do shit to these guys. Because what he does is that, okay, he grabs a guy by the pickaxe, but you barely see anything, throws him out. There's another guy, throws him out, but you barely see anything. Then he gives all the women guns. Then I think he puts a pickaxe into someone's head, but you barely see anything. It's like, okay, there's literally a perfect opportunity. There's a truck with a row of bad guys here and a row of bad guys here. You know how that is in movies. Remember Rambo 4 when you had the truck of guys and Rambo had the 50 cal and just blew the shit out of them? You could literally have, with the pickaxe, the women, give them guns, they could take care of this and that. If he got into the back of that truck with all those guys, left and right, and he just went to town, pickaxe in the eye, under the chin, like he was a damn good guy version of Harry Warden from My Bloody Valentine, then I would have been like, yes. You know, he punches a guy, hits this guy in the head, hits this guy under the chin, maybe the mouth, hooks it, uses him as a shield. Just then, there was some cool stuff before. I mean, there was literally a bit, like when he gets out of the water, after slitting throats and getting their air, he takes a guy and uses him as a shield while the guy's getting shot up and he uses him as a shield as if it was Arnold in Total Recall. But it's like, at the finale, they didn't give him a lot of badass moments because these ladies had to come in. Nothing against the ladies, but it's like, they shoot all the bad guys. This one lady who's driving shoots the other bad guy. And then the lead gets on a tank. One guy, I'm trying to remember what happens. Well, he fights one guy and doesn't kill him. He just leaves him for the women to take care of. Really take care of. And then he doesn't do much in the ending. I mean, technically he does, but it's like, when you see what he's capable of earlier, it's like they dropped the ball on him in the finale where, compare that with Violent Night, which, that was kind of the opposite. I wish he did more earlier in the film, but the ending is the big finale. This is where you gotta get all of your build up. You gotta have a satisfying payoff, and that's why while there's wanty stuff in the opening of Violent Night, that payoff when he's taking care of all the bad guys, and that movie did what I wanted this movie to do. Violent Night, how do you feel about David Harbour? He's taking the ice skates, fucking people up. He's just that damn hammer. Poo, 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 poo. Even the damn candy cane used as a weapon. I'm like, oh shit. And that just leaves... Even the fight he has with John Leguizamo was a better fight than what this guy has. Because after all that shit that said happened, he has the motorcycle with the machine gun. He shoots a bit at the plane, gets on the plane, has a fight with the bad guy, but most of the fight he's just getting his ass hit. Most of the fight he's just getting his ass hit by the bad guy, getting his ass hit by the Nazi, again and again and again and again, until, boom, Hutya drops him and a bomb, and, you see him drift away, but you don't see him die or anything. Obviously, you assume it, because he's fallen from a plane with a fucking bomb attached to him, but it's like, I get the idea, but it just viscerally didn't seem like a great comeuppance against that bad guy. Like, viscerally, visual-wise. I mean, to be honest, it seemed more laughable than anything. So, again, I do like the film. I like the look of the film. I think it had a nice tight pacing to it. The lead had a good badass presence. There's some fun action set pieces. But like I said, maybe also another thing, I've seen this type of film many times now, and I liked it. It just doesn't seem as novel because I've seen it many times before. I still like it, but I would put Nobody above this. I would put Day Shift with Jamie Foxx. Jamie Foxx, I hope you get better, man. Really do. I would put Day Shift above this, like Nobody above this, the first 3 John Wick films above this, Violent Night above this. I'm sure there's others, I can't think of it right now, because I need to head to bed. But, because I didn't get enough sleep. But, I don't know, I liked it. I wish I loved it more like other people did. I think if it had more of a stronger, crazier finale, then I would have. And, again, just him getting his ass kicked most of the time on the plane. Him not getting a pickaxe and not really getting to use it much. I thought that was a letdown. Did you have an opportunity with all these bad guys? Did you really go to town with the pickaxe? You don't. The women, okay, cool, but I barely know these women, so it's like, okay, I root for them because the Nazis suck. But I don't care also because the women weren't really much of characters at all. It's like, well, I want good to win over evil, so that's why I do root for him, but I'd rather just him kill all the Nazis himself and save the ladies. But it's like, no, 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 we gotta let the ladies have their shine too. It's like, okay, cool, but I don't know, it'd be like at the end of I mean, think of the ending of Rambo 3. Other people came in to help, but Rambo got a lot of like C4 arrow, but and fucking tank versus helicopter. Look at the ending of Rambo 2. He dealing with the helicopter, M60. I don't know. The ending of Nobody in that warehouse. Christopher Lloyd gets his moments, and but also Bob Odenkirk gets a lot of good moments. So I don't know. I do like it. Are you sure? Yes, I am sure. If I didn't like it, I would fucking say I didn't like it. It's just like I said. I wish the finale was a bit more of a stronger showcase of the lead character. It just felt like it shot its load earlier on, and then I don't know the finale. I thought the first half was more fun and interesting than the second half, or I should say the third act. It's really when he was getting Hun that afterward, it kind of petered out for me. And I'm like, okay. I don't know. So it was a decent movie. I liked it. I said I didn't love it, but I liked it. I don't know. I've said that 85 times. I could stop repeating myself. So with that said, thanks for watching. Take care. It's still worth a watch if you're an action fan. Easily worth a watch. But whether because I've seen so many recent films like it that I like more, or other stuff, I liked it, but I've seen it done better as well. We'll see you later. Bye bye.